Hi, everybody. This is Darren O'Neill from the Man Cave Confidential podcast doing a quick mic comparison. I've got a couple dynamic mics here, and both of them are two of my favorite microphones. One is the Heil PR40, and one is the Shure SM7B. Both are dynamic microphones. Both are known for taking a decent amount of good preamp gain. And that's what I wanted to take a look at here today, because a lot of people think you need super expensive preamps to drive these microphones, especially the Shure SM7B. And while really expensive preamps might be great, and they might make the sound a little bit better, for people starting out, you can still get a fairly decent sound. Actually, I think you can get a really decent sound out of both of these microphones. I'm currently speaking on the Heil PR40. Now, both of them are going to be running into my Allen Heath mixing board. It's a ZED14, which is then being fed into a DBX 166XL, which is your compressor limiter gate. Now, this is the way I would normally record podcasts, any kind of voiceovers and that. Just a little bit of compression. The settings are going to be exactly the same. A slight more, a bump in the gain for the Shure SM7B, but very, very slightly different. Now, again, you're listening to the Heil PR40. Let me switch over. You're now listening to the Shure SM7B. Again, going into the Allen Heath ZED14, just into their pre, being run into the DBX 166XL compressor. The same settings that you were just getting on the Heil PR40. You still get a very nice, clean signal. Again, would a $500 preamp make this Shure sound a little bit better? It possibly could, but it depends on your. It depends where your audio is actually going. If you're doing a audio podcast, which is going to get converted down to MP3, or even a YouTube video where the audio is eventually going to be compressed, will you hear that big of a difference? I really don't think you will. I think you will get a very good sound. Not too much going on as far as the noise floor goes. We can bypass the compressor here. Hold on. Still on the Shure SM7B, the compressor has been turned off and the gate has been turned off, so you're listening to the signal as it would be, the little bit of hiss you may hear. Now, that being said, let's switch back over to the PR40. Also now being bypassed. Any hiss you hear is just strictly in the chain with the preamp. I can't really hear any in my headphones. Whether you can hear any in this recording, I highly doubt it. But now we'll switch back. We'll stop bypassing the compressor. And now we're back on the compressor talking through the Heil PR40. And let me turn on, this is one of my favorite toys here. Now, of course, it's going to color the signal a little bit. But for people doing some voiceover, for you doing a podcast, one, it's a fun little toy, and two, I like it because it gives you the radio god voice. And this is the Aphex 204, the oral exciter with big bottom, turning that on. And now you can hear the voice is a little bit different. It's a little bit more, the high end is a little excited, and you get a little more of the low end without completely over-modulating your face. That's basically what the Aphex 204 does. It gives you a little bit extra bass without really adding volume, and the oral exciter part just pretty much opens up the signal, lets you cut right through, and to me, it gives you more of that FM radio voice. Now, the same can be said as we switch back over now to the Shure. And here we're on the Shure. We're just going through the compressor. Again, we can turn that off quickly here so you can hear the difference here. Here is the Shure SM7B. No compressor. Everything being bypassed. Now we're going to hit the compressor. Now the compressor is back, and we can flip on the Aphex 204, which is going to give me a little more of that low end. And it's also going to get a little bit more of that oral exciter, cleaning up the signal a little bit on the high end, giving you that radio voice. Again, the Shure, I can actually play with these. We got a second here. I can play with the Shure settings on the back. Right now, what you're getting is the Shure completely flat. It doesn't have the bass roll-off. It does not have the mid-range boost, and I can play with those here for you. Okay, now we're still on the Shure, but the bass roll-off is gone. What you're going to notice is now there's a little bit less bass, rather, in the chain. Even going through the Aphex big bottom, a little bit of that low end is gone. So I like to run it flat, but you have the option here, especially if you're miking certain things where, you don't want that much bass to it. You have the option at the mic level to put that roll off in, and you'll hear less, especially, table noises or mic noises, rumbling if somebody hits the mic stand. Now I will disengage the bass roll off, and I will engage the mid-range boost. Okay, so now we're still on the Shure SM7B, but the mid-range boost has been activated. I can definitely hear it in my headphones. It's giving me more of the high end. The bass is now back because we turned the bass roll off. But again, this just gives you an option. Everybody's voice is a little bit different. Everybody's tastes are a little bit different. This gives you an option to do some things at the microphone level that you may want to do. You can always, obviously, once something's been recorded, you can go back in and EQ and do whatever you need. But sometimes it's nice to do it at the microphone level. And everything on the ZED14 mixing board is flat. There's no EQ or anything else on. We'll now switch the Shure back to flat. And here we are. The Shure back to flat. Again, running through the Compressor 166 XL DBX and running through the Aphex 204 with big bottom. So let me switch back and forth real quick between these two microphones. And both of these are running through the same settings on the mixer, same settings on the Aphex, same settings on the DBX. You can hear the difference between the two microphones. This is the Shure, and this is the Heil. This is the Shure, and this is the Heil. They sound very similar in my headphones. Not sure how you're feeling it there. You can definitely put something down in the comments. This is, again, the Heil PR40 I'm talking on. Turning off the Aphex, you can now hear the bass left a little bit. The little bit of the exciter is now gone, and I can also now bypass the compressor. This is completely flat, and definitely doesn't sound as good. So, as we end this video, we'll go back into the pure radio guy sounding on the Heil PR40. And if you have any questions that I can help you with, by all means, hit them in the comments below. If you want to check out our podcast, it's mancaveconfidential.com. And anything else, you can get me on Twitter at Darren O'Neill and go from there. I hope you enjoyed this little mic comparison. I know there's a lot of people asking for these online, especially for people wanting to do podcasts and bettering your sound. So I hope this definitely helped. Until next time, I am Darren O'Neill. Later.